Struggling to grow perfect, juicy blueberries at home? Discover the secrets to preparing the perfect acidic soil that will yield a bountiful harvest all season long. Let's dive right into this explainer and unlock the mystery behind the perfect blueberry soil.
Picture this. You did absolutely everything right. You found a sunny spot, you watered perfectly, but those leaves are turning a sickly, pale yellow, while the veins stay stubbornly green. The plant is barely hanging on. It's incredibly frustrating, right? Especially when the rest of your garden vegetables are thriving right next to it. So what exactly is going wrong?
Well, here is our roadmap to rescue your garden. We're going to cover the blueberry problem, the science of soil pH, testing your soil, proven acidifying methods, myths and mistakes, and finally, maintenance and beyond.
Part 1. The blueberry problem, uncovering the invisible barrier. Blueberries are basically garden divas. They're native to bogs and forest edges, which means they've evolved over millennia to thrive in highly specific, acidic environments. And unfortunately, most backyard gardens just don't have that chemistry naturally.
Your yellowing blueberry leaves are literally screaming for iron. It's a classic condition called iron chlorosis. But here's the wild part. The iron is actually already there in your soil. Your plant is literally starving while completely surrounded by food because that iron is chemically trapped. The roots just physically cannot absorb it.
But hey, do not panic. We see success stories with this all the time. Gardeners just like you have cracked the code on their soil's chemistry, transforming those sad yellowing twigs into massive bushes dripping with perfect healthy fruit. We just need to fix their environment.
So let's get into part 2, the science of soil pH, unlocking the pantry. Let's see how pH acts as the master key to your garden's nutrient reserves.
Think of pH as a measurement of how acidic or alkaline your dirt is. While most plants love a neutral pH around 6.5, blueberries demand a highly acidic pH range of 4.5 to 5.5. Anything higher than 5.5 chemically locks away essential nutrients, like iron and magnesium, into insoluble complexes. The pantry door is completely slammed shut. And to put that into perspective, the pH scale is logarithmic. That means a soil pH of 6.0 is 10 times more alkaline than a pH of 5.0. That is not just a minor preference for the plant, that's a massive 10-fold hurdle for a sensitive blueberry root system to overcome. It's huge.
Which leads us right into part 3, testing your soil. You can't fix what you haven't measured. Before we go throwing random amendments into the dirt, we absolutely need a baseline. Guessing is just going to lead to disaster.
Testing is surprisingly simple. You can do a direct test right out in the garden. Just dig a hole to root depth, add some pure distilled or deionized water to make a muddy slurry, and pop in your tester. Actually, a quick pro tip. Always use pure water. Otherwise, you might accidentally just be testing the alkalinity of your garden hose.
When it comes to testing tools, skip the cheap paper color strips, trying to distinguish between a slightly yellow and slightly orange strip against dark, muddy water. Yeah, it's a total guessing game. Because blueberries demand such a narrow, specific target, a digital pH pocket pen is absolutely the way to go. It gives you the exact precision you need.
All right, part 4, proven methods to acidify, the cure for high pH. Once you've got your number, it's time to administer the cure safely and effectively. There are 2 main powerhouses for this. The absolute gold standard is elemental sulfur. It relies on a slow biological process where soil bacteria actually convert the sulfur into sulfuric acid. It takes a few months, but it lasts for years. Alternatively, iron sulfate acts instantly through a chemical reaction and directly provides iron to green up those leaves fast. But a quick warning, it requires a heavy application, wears off quickly, and will permanently stain your concrete patios. So be careful with that one.
And pay close attention to your soil type, because soil isn't just soil. To drop a loamy soil by half a pH unit, you need about 1.2 pounds of sulfur per 100 square feet. But sandy soil, it needs exactly half that amount due to a lower buffering capacity. Clay soil, on the other hand, stubbornly fights back and needs a lot more. The math really matters here. In addition to minerals, you can totally use organic amendments. Blending acidic organic matter like sphagnum peat moss, which you might see is sold globally as Kieseltorf, into a 2-foot planting hole is fantastic. It gently lowers the pH over time and vastly improves soil drainage, which is a lifesaver to prevent root rot. Moving to part 5, myths, mistakes, and timing. Don't kill your blueberries.
The garden center is full of traps, so let's navigate the myths that can accidentally destroy your bushes overnight.
This is a big one. Absolutely do not use aluminum sulfate. High rates cause aluminum toxicity in blueberries. Skip nitrate-based fertilizers and heavy manures too. They'll just burn those sensitive, shallow roots. And that old internet myth about coffee grounds? Used, brewed coffee grounds are actually completely pH neutral, right around 6.8. The acid went into your morning cup, not the soil.
Timing is another huge pitfall. Throwing elemental sulfur down in the freezing dead of winter will do absolutely nothing right away. Why? Because the soil microbes that actually do the work to create the acid are asleep. You need warm, moist soil and active bacteria to make that magic happen. Spring and early fall are your sweet spots.
Finally, Part 6, Maintenance and Beyond. Keeping the pantry unlocked. Fixing the pH is just step 1. Maintaining that acidity over the lifespan of the bush is how you get decades of amazing harvests.
For feeding, swap out your regular garden fertilizers for ammonium sulfate. It provides nitrogen in a form the plant loves while actively maintaining soil acidity. Start small, just an ounce the first year, maxing out around 4 ounces for mature bushes. Just be sure to split that amount into 3 separate applications across April, May, and June, so you don't shock and burn the plant.
Watch your water, too. Municipal tap water is notoriously alkaline and will constantly fight your acidifying efforts. If you can, use collected rainwater. In an absolute pinch, you can mix 1 tablespoon of white vinegar per gallon of water for a quick, temporary fix. And look, if your ground soil is heavy clay and stubbornly sitting above 6.2, pivot. Go to Plan B and just grow them in 25-gallon containers filled with peat moss. It works brilliantly.
Here's a super fun fact for you overachievers out there. If you take that perfect harvest and decide to ferment it into fruit mine, the federal government actually cares about your acid levels too. Under regulations in 27 CFR Part 24, the law strictly dictates exactly how you can use tartaric or malic acid to correct natural deficiencies in the cellar. Acidity literally matters everywhere.
But bringing it back to the garden, remember the golden rule of soil amendment. Biology takes time. Do not expect overnight miracles. Use split applications to avoid shocking the dirt, monitor your progress, and just practice a little patience.
A quick disclaimer to wrap up. While this explainer gives you all the tools to get started, always consider confirming your home tests with a professional lab test for a perfectly tailored solution. So, now that you know about the invisible barrier holding your garden back, what is stopping you from testing your dirt and unlocking your soil's true potential today? Drop a comment below with your soil's current pH and let's get growing.